yes, I was shooting my shot, but I was also just trying to feel the vibe and see where.
I feel like I know the best way of how to solve certain situations, okay?
Tell Aileen that I wanna
You
talk to
want to
her.
what? As a woman, you want a man to come in and add value to it and not subtract or divide that.
The ladies be saying that they want a hood person, whatever, whatever.
Now, welcome back to another episode of Sorry Mama's Dad podcast. I'm your host, Eylien. I am just a girl, Ecuadorian girl from Brooklyn.
And I'm Sal from the Bronx, the big BX.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode. As we mentioned today, and actually, before we start, guys, my iPad is here, and I just want to let you guys know that this is just my notes for the episode. So if I'm ever looking down at this, just know that that's what I'm looking at. I'm not ignoring you guys, okay? But for today's episode, we want to talk about how to attract your dream person. We recently have big news for you guys. Mi amor, you want to share?
Yeah. So this summer we got
Yes.
engaged. Hey.
Do not judge my nails, guys. I'm on my nail growth journey, and you know acrylics make your nails super weak. So I'm giving it a little bit of time before I end up doing my nails. But we got engaged, and we have had a journey of our own. I want to first start off this episode by disclaiming that no couple is perfect at all.
That's a fact.
Everyone has their own problems, everyone goes through their own obstacles, and it's normal for you guys to go through that. I think social media tends to put a perspective that once you're attracted to somebody else and you guys form this perfect connection, there shouldn't be any hardships in the relationship. So, even us, we have gone through our own personal hardships. But today, we do want to focus on how to attract your dream person because we feel like we were able to attract that with each other. And in that, we also are going to get into letting you guys know who we are and how we met. The first thing I want to discuss is how we met. Memo, do you want to start this off?
Yeah, so this is a really good story, right? So I was supposed to go on a group trip with Aileen and a friend that we have in common. Her name is Ciola, and it was just a bunch of
Shout out to
people.
her.
All of a sudden, Aileen canceled on us on the trip. So obviously, as someone that's going on a trip, I want to know who I'm going on the trip with. So I decided to hit up Ciola, and I asked her at the time. I was like, "Hey, who's going on the trip?" So she started naming all these people. I'm like, honestly, I'm better with faces, Instagram. So send me a couple of people that are going.
Like, why would you ask that?
I just wanted to know, listen, you gotta scope out, you gotta scope out the
Mm,
scenery to know who you're going to be around, right?
okay.
So yeah, so she sent me a couple of people, and then she sent me Aileen. I was like, oh, she look good, right? But I was like, wow, why is she not coming? And then it was explained to me work and so on and so forth. So she just couldn't make it for this one. Anyways, fast forward, we went on a trip, we came back, and I asked my friend, I was like, hey, that girl that didn't come on the trip, like, put me on for me.
Wait, did you really ask that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you asked that because
Well, at least from what I remember, that's how it played out in my
oh
head.
my goodness, guys, he has bad memory too.
Yeah, that's how it played out in my head. That's how it played out in my head. So I do remember though, I did ask her, I was like, hey, tell Aileen that, I wanna,
You
talk to
wanna
her.
what? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I said I wanna talk to her. Yo, relax. Let me tell my story.
I
So I
think
was
we have
like,
two different versions.
so I was like, tell Aileen that I want to talk to her. So my friend sends Aileen my Instagram, right? And then
She was literally when she sent me her Instagram, she was literally
Mhm.
like, follow him right now. right now. I'm like, girl, can you wait? And at that time, I wasn't
Yes.
looking for a relationship. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want a man right
That's
now.
crazy, right? But it's crazy because that was like that. Like I was the reason why she kept telling you to like add me right away. Because
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, yo, listen, tell her to add me right away. Because if not, then I just don't want to waste my time pursuing somebody that may not be interested with me. So are you gonna just give me a chance to see? Right? So I
Yeah.
was like, yo, tell her to add me in the next 3 minutes, or I'm just gonna assume she's not interested and that's it.
He's so
I'm
dramatic.
not dramatic. I just
In the next 3 minutes is killing me because that's literally what she said. Like, at him right now, like, she was really pressuring me to do it at that
yeah.
moment.
Listen, Ciola know that I'm someone that I'm super direct, right? So I mean what I say, and if I'm interested in her, so I'm like, yo, tell her to add me, right? Because I'm pretty sure she sent you my picture, right?
Yeah, she did.
And what did you think about the picture?
I was like, oh, he's cute. He's good looking.
Right. So now, are you gonna give me a chance? Because that's the beginning of me prepping to shoot my shot. So are you gonna give me
Hmm.
the chance to shoot the shot? Are you gonna give me the ball, right? So boom, right there we go. All of a sudden, she added me. So of course, I accept the request and I hit her up right away. So I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm pretty sure I invited her to go out with me and so on and so forth, set up a date, right? And yeah, that's that's where things took off, and here we are today.
Yeah, and then after that first time that we hung out, we just
Hmm.
kind of kept hanging out, and he would invite me out with his friends.
Yeah,
And after that, we honestly just like, kept chilling and
chilling. Yeah,
ended up gravitating towards each other, and
yeah.
that's where we are now.
Yeah, I remember some of the first few things we did was we did take like some local trips. We went to like the Poconos, what's the name of that place? Kalahari, right? So yeah, we had times where we were able to just bond a lot with just each other and just get to know each other personally where nobody else was around. So
Do you feel like at that moment your energy was ready for something serious or not?
pretty sure I was pretty honest with you on this. Yes, I was shooting my shot, but I was also just trying to feel the vibe and see where it takes us. And something that I've learned is to make sure that you're really sure about the person that you're pursuing, like really get to know the person before you start dating the person. So I believe we were in the talking stage for like a very long time, right? Yeah. And then after that, I believe it was like November something, our anniversary, November 26th, is when I asked her to be my girl, right? So I think we met around April. Yeah. So from April all the way to November was when we were in the talking stage. So that gave me a chance to really, really get to know Aileen, know things that she liked, things that she doesn't like, and so on and so forth. And of course, in that time, you're still not gonna know somebody to the fullest capacity,
Completely.
right?
Exactly.
So, but that's the whole part of just being in a relationship and getting to know each other more comes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's completely normal for people to change over time. So even right now, the age that we are now in our 20s, when we're together in our 40s and our 50s, we're going to be completely different people. And you grow with someone, and in that includes your personality as well.
Yes, yes, that
So
is
that's
very, very true.
something normal as well. People can't expect you to stay the same. I feel
Hmm.
like if you're never evolving and growing, then there's no growth actually happening there for
Yes,
you. So you
yes.
should be changing, guys. It's perfectly normal for that to happen.
Yeah, in every relationship, they're definitely because when you meet somebody, you begin to sacrifice some things to, be able to be in a relationship with that person. There are certain things that you can do now. There are certain things that you just respectfully cannot do any longer because you are now committed to be in a relationship with that person. And you also learn from each other. So part of all of those things are part of evolving, because you use all of those things to evolve and just grow stronger as a couple. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say, and that's really good advice, Ramon. I would say when I first met him, when I first met you, I wasn't fully tapped into the energy that I wish I was.
Hmm.
Obviously, I would not redo my life over because I always feel like things are meant to be what they are. But I will say I wasn't fully tapped into that feminine energy
Hmm.
that I wish I was. And speaking about that, we're gonna go a little bit more into what we believe feminine and masculine energy is.
Okay.
So, why don't you start us off, my love? What is masculine energy to you?
So to me, masculine energy is, when I think about myself tapping into my masculine energy, I think about me being able to lead, being the protector, being able to provide, and yeah, yeah, those are the three things I could think of for right now, right? So once again, just being able to lead, being able to protect, and being able to provide. To me, those are qualities that define masculine energy.
I really love those because I think as a woman, we want someone who can lead us in a soft way because us women also don't want to just be bossed around. No
Mm.
human wants to just be bossed around, but we want to be led in a soft and organic, natural way.
And what does feminine energy mean to you?
Yeah, feminine energy be for me means being in that soft energy where you can take in take in information, take in guidance, be led by your partner, give your input, but also in a soft way.
Okay, okay.
And I feel like when we first met, I wasn't fully tapped into this. So if you are someone who is dating currently and looking to get to know people, I would definitely say go on those different dates and really get to know that person. As Sal said, we got to know each other for a while. And during that time, guys, I was even pressing him a couple times like, what are we doing? Why are we still talking? Why am I not a girlfriend yet? And this is just me being super vulnerable. And looking back now, I do just wish I wasn't in that state of mind. And I think that in that, I wasn't fully tapped into my feminine energy. I think femininity also comes with trusting yourself. So just trusting that you are making the right decision, trusting that life is giving you the right decision. And if you're spiritual, of course, then trusting that God is guiding you to the right decision. So, again, if you're in that dating phase, or if you did get into a relationship and you've been with the person for a while or for a little while, then I think it is still fine for you guys to take it slow and for you guys to really learn about each other and who you are as a person. What are your needs? What are your non negotiables? That's a big topic as well.
First off, I just want to just agree with a lot of the things that Aileen said. There were definitely moments when she was asking me like, what are we doing? And I just feel like part of having that masculine energy is also confidence. That was the other one that I was forgetting.
I love that
Is
one.
yeah, it's confidence, because first off, it took a lot of confidence for me to ask my friend to hit Aileen up, right? So that's the first step, just building up the confidence to be able to go for what you want, right? And which goes into my next thing is, we were in the talking stage. I wanted to get to know her, right? So yes, I was being completely transparent with her. I was being very, very honest and letting her know, hey, right now I just want to focus on getting to really know who you are. And however long that took, It was obviously up to Aileen to want to stick around or not. But that also then goes into the things that I bring to the table, which is that I was showing her that I can lead, right, as a man, right? I can protect and I can provide. And it's crazy because at the time, I was just starting my career. Like, Aileen literally met me when I was literally
Just
just
starting
starting
because
my
we
career.
graduated in 2020,
Yeah,
and that was peak pandemic year. So we didn't even have our graduation. We didn't really have a chance to even go in person and interview for jobs.
yeah.
Everything was virtual, everything was remote. It was a crazy time when we graduated.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult to find a job, but I found a job beginning of my career. That was also the first time I was moving out and everything. So there was a lot of things that were also going on in my life that I was personally dealing with while still trying to get to know Aileen. So I feel like that also gave you a good opportunity to get to see me as a man and the things that I'm capable of. So I don't know, maybe part of that transition also did help our relationship a little bit because moving now and taking that first step is really, really big. Um, just for you personally as an individual. So
Yeah, is there some advice that you would give to both women and men? I know that being in your 20s, I feel like can be a difficult time to navigate because it's a time where you probably thought you would already be in a long-term relationship, possibly already engaged, possibly married even. And while you go to your late 20s, you start to think about you having kids. So what is some advice that you will give?
just trust yourself, right? Trust the process because I come from very, very humble beginnings. Even going to college, I didn't have any support at all. I literally took myself to college. My roommate, Gio, would tell you that I came to college with a huge duffel bag. Like
Oh,
it was just one huge duffel bag with all
guys,
my stuff in it.
when he says he had no support, there was no support. And
No
this is
support.
another topic for a different episode
Yeah.
on how to achieve your goals, because the way my bebecito achieved his goals with literally no support is just so just astonishing.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, like I said, you have to trust yourself, right? You have to be willing to take a risk and literally invest in yourself. I go back to the beginning of me going to college because my parents didn't want me to go away for college. So I literally had to force my way into going to college. They didn't want to give me the 1040s to apply for FAFSA. It was just a lot of things that were getting in my way of getting into the college that I wanted to. Last minute, very last application of college process was when I was able to get into a college, right? Even though I could have gotten into more colleges, more Ivy League, for example, because my grades were really good in school. I just didn't have the guidance to guide me into what are appropriate colleges to go to. So I did all of those things by myself, of course, with the help of the guidance counselors in high school and so on and so forth. So definitely take advantage of those if you are a young person. And from there, I took a risk, which was literally, I am going to do this on my own without any support. So there we go. Little Sal packed his bag, literally a duffel bag full of clothes and the few sneakers that I had at the time, went to college. In college, no support, right? Still banking on myself here, right? Focusing on my education. There were times when I did slip up, right? I did slip up, but you have to always reground yourself back to the purpose and the goal of why you even went in the first place. Because first of all, college is not for everybody, right? So all of these things, this shape who I became because part of that built up my confidence. And even with the job, like when you first met me, I was trying to help out my family. Like that was the very first job that I knew that I was gonna get. I was very confident that I landed this job, by the way, right? I did the interview, I felt really good about it. I'm like, all right, I landed this job. I was gonna move out. my mom and I were supposed to get an apartment during that time, and I just felt like she was just stalling me. So I was like, all right, listen, if you don't want to go, that's fine. I have to go because I need to begin my life, right?
Yeah.
And that's also part of the feeling confident in taking the risk, right?
So that's
Because
part of that masculine energy with
exactly, yeah,
you being able to lead your life
yes,
and make those big decisions, because moving out is a big
it's a
decision.
big
And
step.
at the time, it was your first job.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that you were getting paid a starter salary.
Oh yeah, yeah. I at the
Mm.
time I was making, I believe, like 50K. Like it was crazy, right? So I took that step, I took that risk, and I came in like nothing, right? I remember my friend literally made me crash out at his apartment for a week before I was able to move out. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, also surrounding yourself with a lot of positivity goes a long way. So you have to surround yourself with people that are winning, right? People that are also want you to succeed. You're finding people that want you to also win is very, very, very hard,
Yeah.
because you can find people that want you to win, right? But not better than them. And the
Yeah.
people that I have around me, thank God, are winning, and they also want me to win. Like I remember my friend sends me a job every single day. So, but anyways, all these things built up my confidence, and as a man, right, it is your responsibility to take risk, to like literally lead, right? So all of those things played a big role in the type of person that I became and the type of
In a
person that I am.
relationship,
Yes, in a relationship, because it
I can definitely see that
yeah,
too.
since I was able to take risk when it comes to things like that, I was able to take the risk in telling my friend to hit you up. I was also able to take the risk in telling my friend to, yo, she got 3 minutes to
Oh my god.
literally send me a friend request, or I'm just not gonna waste my time,
But even
right?
further than that, I think that leads you to take risks in life, in
Yeah,
starting a new job, in leaving a job,
yeah,
right? And in that is for your family, right? Because obviously you want to end up making more money year after year. A job is maybe taking too much time. You want to get a job with a better schedule,
yes,
right? So I think as a man, you need to be comfortable with taking those risks to know that that is going to benefit you and your family.
yes,
And right now, we're actually in a phase where we are starting to plan our future,
yeah,
and so are a lot of other people, as we mentioned, in their 20s, growing up. You're all constantly thinking about your future because we're still in that phase where we're trying to make it, right? So even us, one of the current discussions we have is, okay, what are you going to do next in terms of your certifications? And then for me, I'm thinking, all right, should I get grad school done? Which I have started grad school, guys. So it's going pretty good.
that's right. That's my baby. That's what I'm talking about. Small queens only.
Right. And I think that we are able to bounce that energy off of each other, because that's also a risk that I'm taking, is the whole grad school, because that plays an effect in your finances. Grad school is not covered by financial aid,
It's not.
and that also plays an effect in your time. Now we might have less time than we would have had as a couple if I wasn't in grad school,
Yeah.
but we know that that's going to lead to a good end goal
Okay. Yeah.
and eventually be good for our family.
Yeah, which is also something I wanted to talk about leading into feminine energy, right? So, as a woman, or at least let me also say as a man, right? I I don't know, there was just something about you that was telling me that you are someone that was smart. Yes, you're beautiful, right? But
Thank you.
as a man, when you're looking for a woman, you don't just need to look at the beauty. Like you also need to look at someone that's smart, which is why getting to know people, right, for a time, really, really getting to know them before you start dating them is really, really important. And you just gotta believe in yourself. You just gotta trust in the process that you are leading. I'm not saying to be in a talking phase for 1 year, 1 year and a half, and so on. But
Yeah,
like
that's a
just
little extreme.
yeah, just give yourself some time to get to know the person. Like a month to me is too short, right?
Mhm.
Take 2.5 months, 3 months, and so on and so forth. Not a year, right? So just right in between that gap to get to know somebody, and me getting to know her when we went to the Poconos together. You
Yeah.
had an interview,
I did have an
right?
interview that day.
Listen, I remember all these things. So she had an interview, and
I
I
forgot
remember,
about that actually.
yeah. So Aileen had an interview, and I remember she was like super nervous about the interview, and she was just like prepping herself the night
Mhm.
before. She was up like going over
I was like they're
notes,
overthinking it.
researching. So all of these things, I'm like observing. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking. And I'm like, wow, this is like a woman that wants a lot for herself. This is a woman that wants
Prepares
something,
herself.
yeah, for herself, and she doesn't
Mhm.
just go in it like she knows everything, right? She goes in studying, she goes in doing research on how she can say certain things. What are some questions that they may ask her? So, me observing all of these things and then seeing her the next morning nervous, I had no choice but to give her the pep talk like, baby girl, you got this. Like, matter of fact, you got the job already. If you
I
remember, I told you
remember.
that.
Yes,
I
he
was like,
actually always tells me that for all my interviews.
because guys, the amount of work she puts into
I don't play
prepping.
about prepping. If I know there's something important, I'm literally probably even overthinking it, if anything, which is a bit like extensive,
Yeah.
but I definitely try and put in the work for that.
But to me, that's a good quality because as someone that was always, so I was always like the kid in school that I just come, I pass the test, or I look over somebody's paper, get the answers, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't really care too much about studying until I got to college. So me meeting a woman that she's ready to start her career, because before I met you, you had actually started your career already. It's just
I
you
did.
stopped because you didn't like it, right? And you wanted a new
Guys,
opportunity, right? I'm telling you, I remember
yes.
all these things, right? So me watching a woman going through that process, I'm like, wow, like this is fire, right? This is something that I want to be able to do, right? So I just wanted to
Oh my
ask, do
gosh, I
you?
didn't know that you thought that.
Yeah. Because
Oh.
if you remember when you met me, my interviewing skills weren't,
Yeah, we're in the best.
yes,
But
even
you
till
have
today,
improved so
my,
much.
thank
Guys,
you.
he is
Hey.
so good now. No, like actually he's so good. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, so thank you, thank you. But even, well, I feel like even till today, my interviewing skills are not that good. Like I remember getting a whole mentor and everything. So seeing you just take that step alone by yourself, I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this is like a really strong queen. Like
Oh,
this is
thank
something that like
you.
I inspire to be. So like you were teaching me a lot, but I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you about that. So do you feel like that is feminine energy that you were displaying during that time?
Ooh, that's a great question. Also, guys, that day I actually got the interview on
Hey, I
I got the
told
job
ya.
on the spot. Like she literally told me that I got the job on the spot.
I remember that. Yep.
But that's a great point that you asked me that question because I did want to go into how to tap into your energy.
Mhm,
I do feel like in that moment I was tapping into my feminine energy
mhm.
because I feel like as a woman, you should be able to prepare yourself for certain situations, especially really important things such as an interview, right? If you have an appointment, which I'm trying to get better at this, guys. I promise. But I think like as a woman, you don't want to feel stressed out because when you're feeling stressed out, I feel like that's when things start to go wrong and
Yes.
that's when you're freaking out. As a woman, you want to take time to do your makeup, to have a soft morning, to get yourself mentally prepared to have a great day, to eat your breakfast, to feel your best self. As a woman, you want to have that feeling of feeling your best self, of getting prepared to take on the day.
Yeah.
So at that specific moment, yeah, I felt like I want to go in and I want to have like this great interview and I want to do my best. So I need to prepare.
Yeah. Yeah. That, hey, you know what they say? When you feel good, you look good. And
Exactly.
yeah,
I love that.
my baby was preparing herself so she could feel good about that interview. And let me tell y'all, she ate that up. I knew going in, I was like, yo, you got the job. Like, congrats. Congrats. That's it.
Thank you,
Got a new
amor.
job.
And
But I just wanted to also build a little bit on that because part of being a man also is tapping a little into that feminine energy.
yeah.
Because once
I,
again, I was learning
mhm.
from you. Right now, at that time, I may have not knew how to really express it, right,
Yes.
or tell you that I was learning from it.
Yeah.
But I was definitely learning from it, and because of that, it made me grow as a man, right? It made me grow into a better man, right? That at least I wanted to be or inspired to be. So yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and I did want to say, as humans, I do think that we hold a balance of both. So just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're just fully in your feminine. You also have a balance of a little bit of masculine, and vice versa with men as well.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you was tapping into that a little bit of that masculine energy when you wanted to go get a job because a lot of women believe that they should just stay home, which there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with that, right? But like you said, you have to have a balance of both, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to just set yourself up for failure, right? How do you know who you're gonna meet that's gonna just be able to provide for you, right?
Yes. And that's one thing I think as a woman, you should always have your own, and you should always want your own as well.
Yes.
Because in order for you, I think a man should come into your life and add more to it.
Ooh.
Help you tap more into your feminine side by making your life easier.
Yeah, see why she got that ring, right? I see why she got that ring. I'm telling y'all, y'all gotta learn from what she's saying. Cause this woman right here, this is a really smart queen. Like y'all don't understand how much I've learned from her. Like I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
just leave it as
amor.
that.
So, as a woman, you want a man to come in and add value to it and not subtract or divide that life that you have been living for yourself, right? Because there's a lot of, and you guys may be some really smart queens as well, that have your job, you have your family, you have your friends, and you're living a really good life. And one thing that you might be craving or wanting is a relationship, but you definitely want to take some time to not go chasing after it, but tap into that femininity and let it attract you, let it come to you. Because
Yes.
when you're least expecting it, it really will. And that's literally what happened to me. We just found each other in a way,
Yeah.
and it made me grow. It made me learn more about what it is to be in a real healthy, committed, loving relationship. And we're still not perfect. We're still
No.
learning each other.
Hmm.
We're still learning how to communicate, how to even show more love. But I think we have definitely done a lot of development over time. And I need you guys to also know that whoever it is that you are going to end up with, you guys are also going to change and evolve and grow. And that is perfectly normal, but you guys should be communicating through it.
Yeah.
And there should be change. If there's no change, there's no growth.
Yeah.
So that's something that you guys should definitely keep in mind there.
Yeah. So something I really love that you said, and this is not even just about the women, this is just both, right? Coming into a relationship, you always have to make sure that you are bringing something into the relationship. Like you have to already have something of your own, and then you're evolving in the relationship, because in the relationship you're constantly learning from each other, you're constantly seeing different sides of each other, because you have to adapt to the person that you're with. And I think that's just really really important. So just like, not even just as a woman, as a human being, you should always just
Yes.
have a goal, have something with you before being with someone else or choosing to commit to be with someone else.
I love that. It reminds me of the quote, become what you want to attract, because that's not just for women, like he was saying, it is for both. When you are focusing on yourself, when you're going to the gym, when
Yeah.
you're eating healthy, right? Your skin is clear, you're feeling better. Those are the times when you're not just like looking better physically, but also inside. Your personality is shining more. You have energy to be your best self and interact with other people. So I think that quote always stands out to me, because when you are doing things for yourself and again feeling your best self and all of that, that is when you will attract someone who is meant to come into your life and give you extra energy and give all of that energy to you.
Yeah, and something I really love about Aileen is, yes, she does tend to tap into that masculine energy a little bit, but she definitely allows herself to be led. Yeah, she has a goals of her own, but she's also very, very humble, right? She like you love to learn from others, and from that you use that to just evolve yourself as a person, and that is something that I found to be super attractive about you as well, in addition to
Thank
your
you.
looks.
Thank you,
So
my amor. And it was hard for me to even find that confidence to be led, because especially in the beginning of our relationship, I felt like, and sometimes I still have this, guys, but I do love to be in control of situations. And by in control, I feel like I know the best way of how to solve certain situations, okay? I'm like, I did my research because I'm that type of person. I love to do my research. So I feel like I have the best solutions most of the time. But sometimes I even tell myself I got to take a step back,
mhm.
and the solutions that you bring to me are really good as well. And sometimes we compromise
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. So that's what's also really important. Just learning to compromise for each other, learning to just, hey, let me take a step back and let you take this on and just see how it plays out. Because as a man, you also got to learn to take a step back, right? Yes, you're always leading, but also learn to trust your woman, right? Learn to trust the person that you're with, because that's how you build that bond. That's how you build that strong foundation. And that's how you build a stronger relationship. So, yeah, just to close this out, a question for you guys is, what does masculine and feminine energy mean to you, right? Because you have to find what that means to you yourself as a person and what that looks like. And fellas, it's very important that you're street smart, but you're also book smart. Cause I get it, the ladies be saying that they want a hood person, whatever,
Not
whatever.
all the ladies.
Not all the ladies, you're right, not all the ladies say that, but I'm telling y'all, you gotta have the books and you gotta have the streets. Like,
Yeah.
most importantly, you gotta have high goals. Like, you gotta want just a lot more for yourself than just that hood that you're in, right? And I feel like that's something that I've always wanted for myself, and because of that, I was able to meet someone that also wants that, and
Yeah, very
now,
open
yeah,
minded. I think we share that in common. Just
yeah,
being very open minded. I grew up super open minded, and even now it's like I feel like I could reach the sky and the stars if I really wanted to,
hey,
but
you can,
sometimes you stop yourself from that, and that goes with masculine and feminine energy.
yeah,
You have to learn how to trust yourself,
yeah.
how to be disciplined,
Hmm.
right? How to plan and organize so that way you could reach for the stars in the skies and accomplish more than you ever thought you could.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, you said it. There it is, right there. So yeah,
Thank you
guys.
so much for watching this episode.
Make sure to comment, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Sorry, Mom and Dad podcast is out there, and we have a whole bunch of episodes that you can watch as well. But we hope you enjoyed this one. See you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.